Would you like to do a roll call vote for both sides first?
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, I'll do roll call. Roll call vote for the city. Katie Johnson.
Present.
Kurt Johnson. Janet Kiddums.
Present.
Larry Lutke.
Here.
Braden Nieses.
Present.
Aaron Norman. Eric Nyberg. John Paulson. Sean Irvin.
Yes.
And for the county, Jeff Barth.
Present.
Adam Morehauser.
Present.
Doug Odie. Mike Ralston.
Present.
Becky Randall.
Present.
Ryan Vandervliet.
Present.
And Bonnie Duffy.
Here. Thanks, David. Good evening. I call to order this regular joint meeting of the Minnehaha County and Sioux Falls Planning Commissions, and I will begin with a few introductory comments. As a courtesy to everyone in the meeting room tonight, please make sure that all cell phones are turned off. Please note that tonight's Planning Commission meeting will be recorded live and available for viewing by members of the public afterwards on the www.minnehahacounty.org site. In observance of the CDC guidelines for social distancing, tonight's meeting is taking place simultaneously within the County Commission meeting room and virtually within a Zoom meeting room online. In the Zoom meeting room, each individual user on the line will be on mute to maintain communication clarity for everyone. Every item listed on the agenda will be read separately. If any member of the public wishes to be heard on any item, you may raise your hand while I read the item description. If the hands are raised, we will follow our normal hearing procedure by requesting planning staff to present a report on each item, and then request the petitioner to come to the podium and make a statement or answer any questions. Anyone from the audience wishing to address the item shall be recognized by the planning staff in the order that the hands were raised, and state their name and address for the record. The Planning Commission will then discuss the matter and take appropriate action. For those participating remotely, please watch the following instructions how to raise your hands in the Zoom program. Okay, first on the agenda is public input. Is there anyone who wishes to speak on an item that is not on the agenda? Please raise your hand if you are attending remotely, and staff will call on you and unmute your microphone for comment.
There's one hand raised. It's Bob Schuster.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me unmute that. Trying to figure this out.
Okay. No hands are raised.
Okay, so we'll move on to the regular meeting information. Item number 1 on the agenda is the minutes from the April 21st Joint Planning Commission meeting. Is there any comments or changes to the minutes? I will entertain a motion.
One question for you, Bonnie. Here it says April 27th, and on here it says April 27th. What day?
Oh,
Which day was that? 27th? Okay. I just want to make sure that was clear then.
so the correct date is on the agenda.
Okay.
I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Please state your name and,
Oh, sorry. Adam Morehauser, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the April 27th meeting.
Ryan Vandervliet, second.
okay, I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the April 27th meeting. Any further questions? Roll call vote. Jeff Barth,
Aye.
Adam Morehauser,
Aye.
Mike Ralston,
Aye.
Becky Randall,
Yes.
Ryan Vandervliet,
Aye.
Bonnie Duffy, aye. It has been approved on the county side.
And on
Sean?
the city side, this is Sean Irvin. I'd look for a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
This is Larry Lukey. I'll make a motion.
Braden Isis, I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes as presented. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Please say yes as I call your name. Johnson?
Yes.
Kiddams Lally?
Yes.
Lutke?
Yes.
Nisus?
Yes.
Motion passes on the city side.
Thank you. Items number 2 and 3 are conditional use permits. Any final action taken on the conditional use permits tonight will take effect 5 working days following this meeting unless a written appeal of the Planning Commission's decision is filed in the Planning Office by Monday, October 5th at 5 p.m. In the event of an appeal, the decision will be referred to the County Commission for a hearing on Tuesday, October 27th, 2020 at or after 5 p.m. The meeting is held in Carnegie Town Hall at 235 West 10th Street. Next, I will start by reading item number 2. If anyone wants to comment on that, now is the time to raise your hand if you are on Zoom. Item number 2 is conditional use permit 20-37 to allow a group daycare on the property legally described as Tract 1A, Jane's replat, Part Nelson's Tract, Section 23, Township 102 North, Range 49 West. Petitioner is Katrina Buffington. Property owners are Todd and Katrina Buffington. It is approximate 1.5 miles north of Sioux Falls. Kevin?
Good evening, Kevin Hookman, County Planning Department. I'll just note that we're having the Sioux Falls planning items did not make it into the PowerPoint for some reason. Maybe they're saved in the wrong file. So we're going to be working off no PowerPoint. So I apologize for that. But this item, as you mentioned, was the daycare, or one of the 2 daycares tonight. And we'll move forward with that if you have any questions.
Any commissioners have questions for him, either on the county or city side? Is the petitioner here?
Yes. Good.
Is she online?
Is she on Zoom?
Yeah, it's on Zoom.
Yes, I'm online.
Okay. Are there any questions for her?
Or do you want to make a statement of any sort?
Is there anything that you would like to bring forward to the commissioners? Ma'am?
I guess since I don't have my slide up, I did daycare in the city, and we just moved outside city limits. So thank you for your consideration in allowing me to do daycare in my new home. I love children and have 3 little ones of my own. And I enjoy teaching young children and playing with them and being able to take care of my own children along with their playmates. And I hope that you approve my request to be zoned as a group daycare.
Any questions for any commissioner?
Madam Chair?
Yes,
This is
Becky?
Becky.
Yes, go ahead, Becky.
Hi, thank you for taking my question. Katrina, the only thing I had a question about was on the site plan. The shop is within the perimeter of that fence area, play area. Will you have the shop locked or somehow contained so that children wouldn't be able to get into the shop? Yes, it currently has like a key code to get into it, and so it's always locked when we're outside, and unless my husband's working in there, but otherwise it's always locked. All right, thank you. That was my only question.
Okay, any other questions for her?
Any questions on the city side? No questions from the city side.
Commissioners?
Ryan Vandervliet, I make a motion that we approve item 2.
Mike Rockleston will second.
Madam Chair,
David?
there is one hand raised in Zoom.
Oh,
If you're,
is there someone out there that cares to speak to this item?
I'm a neighbor. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, go ahead. State your name and address.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Joanne Bechtold, and I live at 47604 Sorrel Street, basically across the street. I have no issue whatsoever with the daycare, but I do have some concerns for the road that where there'll be a lot of increased traffic. And I'm just curious if they've considered that. They have not been there in a winter. They're new neighbors, and I don't want to be a bad neighbor. The daycare doesn't really concern me. It's the traffic on the road. It's a township road maintained by the township, and it's a gravel road that slides onto 476th Street, and that gravel gets on the apron, and I've watched people slide right out into the middle of that highway. It's a concern to me that the road will have a lot of increased traffic for 2 times every one of the children that are at the daycare.
Katrina, are you still on? Would you like to address this?
Yes. I had a small in-home daycare when I was in the city. I had no more than 3 families, which means 3 drop-offs in the morning and 3 pickups. So it'd be 3 extra vehicles. And right now my plan is to just have 2 families, possibly 3, but I only had 3 because, well, now they all have 2 children. So I'm only planning to have 2 extra vehicles in the morning and 2 extra vehicles at night. I like to keep my daycare small, just enough to have playmates for my children. So that is, possibly a concern to make sure that the roads are safe for the people driving on them. But I am not planning to have a large daycare in any means.
Thank you. I understand that it's, that the maximum is 12, and that includes your own children, and I can certainly see where there's multiples in a family that decreases the traffic. I just have I just think it's a valid point. It's a township maintained road, and it becomes very slippery, and it's difficult because it is a township road, and it is not a paved road. Thank you for telling me that. I guess, this is entirely to the commission at this point. It's just a concern that I wanted to raise and make sure that people were aware of that.
Thank you. Any other hands raised, David? Just her?
just Joanne.
Okay, we do have a motion and a second on the floor. Is there any further discussion? Okay, we'll go through a roll call vote again. Jeff Barth?
Aye.
Adam Morhauser?
Aye.
Mike Ralston?
Aye.
Becky Randall?
Aye.
Ryan Vanderflit?
Aye.
Bonnie Duffy, aye. That continuous print has been approved on the county side. Sean?
And on the city side, I'd entertain a motion for approval of item number 2, conditional use permit, including all the recommended recommendations from staff.
This is Larry Lukey. I'll make a motion with the recommendations from staff.
This is Janet Kidams, I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the item with the conditions. Any other discussion? Hearing none, please state yes as I call your name. If you're in favor, I'll do no's afterwards. Johnson,
Yes.
Kidams-Lally,
Yes.
Lutke,
Yes.
Neesis.
Yes.
Motion passes on the city side.
Thank you. We'll move on to item number 3, is conditional use permit 20-41 to allow a group daycare on the property legally described as Lot 7, Block 1, Pearson subdivision, Section 25, Township 101 North, Range 49 West. Petitioner is Jody Rich. She's also the property owner. This is East Sioux Falls, 3304 South Lisa Drive. Kevin?
Good evening, Kevin Hookman, County Planning Department again. Item 3 is our second daycare in the joint jurisdiction area. Similar situation, it's a dead-end road, and staff would have normally had this on a consent agenda item if it wasn't for the requirement to have it as a regular meeting. So if you have any questions, you can ask me now or move on to the petitioner.
Yes, not at this time. Is the petitioner here or on Zoom? Will you please come forward and state your name and address, please?
I'm Jody Rich. My address is 3304 South Lisa Drive.
Could you tell me how many children you will be actually having in the daycare?
7 or 8, just depends on, I already, with my insurance, they go by the amount that I have, and I've done daycare for 22 years in my home, and I've usually had like 8 or less. It just depends on, usually have, just like Katrina said, like with families having 2 or 3 children or something like that, so it's usually like 3 or 4 families that I take care for.
Is there any other questions for her?
Any questions on the city side?
David, is there anybody on Zoom that you see?
No hands are raised.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Commissioners?
Should we ask the audience if they have
Madam Chair,
any?
Jeff Barther, motion to approve.
Just a minute, Jeff. Is there anybody else that would like to speak to this item? And David, you said there wasn't anybody on Zoom, right?
No hands are raised.
Okay. Okay, Jeff, go ahead.
Yep, I make a motion to approve.
Adam Morehauser, I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve conditional use permit 20-41. Roll call vote. Jeff Barth,
Aye.
Adam Morehauser,
Aye.
Mike Ralston,
Aye.
Becky Randall,
Aye.
Ryan Vanderflut,
Aye.
Bonnie Duffy, aye. It passes on the county side.
And on the city side, I would entertain a motion to approve item number 3 with the conditions stated by staff.
This is Larry Lukey. I'll make a motion with conditions.
Braden Isis, I'll second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, hearing none, I'll take a roll call. Please state yes if you agree, and then I'll do no's afterward. Johnson,
Yes.
Kidams-Lally,
Yes.
Lutke,
Yes.
Nices.
Yes.
Motion passed on the city side.
Thank you. Guess there's no old business or no new business. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second.
Oh, Ryan Vandervliet.
Roll call vote. Jeff Barth,
Aye.
Adam Morhauser,
Aye.
Mike Ralston,
Aye.
Becky Randall. Ryan Vanderflit,
Aye.
Bonnie Duffy. Aye.
The city side, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
This is Larry. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We are adjourned. Thank you.